Good evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled committee meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Burbett.
Here.
Trustee Cagney.
Here.
Trustee Crowley.
Here.
Trustee Hilly.
Here.
Trustee Johnson.
Here.
Trustee Killily.
Here.
Mayor LaRue.
Here.
Vote.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Okay, seeing there's no public comment, I'll close the floor to public comment, move on to trustee business, trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, happy October. Lots of things happen in October, so I'd like to remind the residents that trick-or-treating will take place on Halloween from 3 to 7 p.m., which is October 31st. The Scarecrow event activities are going to be on Sunday, October 27th from 2 to 5 in the Rain Ready Garden. Please take a look at the village event page for details. Also, there's a Halloween decorating contest, and judging will occur between October 21st and 24th. Please go on the Facebook page, and you can vote for your favorite spookiest house. And finally, the events committee will be participating in the trunk or treat this Saturday at the Park District from 10 to 12:30. So there are a lot of fun activities going on in Midlothian. And that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Burbett.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion for approval of resolution 24-1002-A. The resolution to authorize the Village of Midlothian to enter in an IGA between the Village of Crestwood, Bremen Township Road District, and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago for the design, construction, and operation and maintenance of a flood control project along CalSag Tributary C.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
I know that Public Works has talked about moving money around from a different account, but we haven't seen that yet. Can we put in subject to funds being available? We can talk like Tom Morowski.
I do remember that.
He would always say that after every bill.
I think that's probably practical prudence to say, to add when funds become available. If, no?
I think we can probably clear, we can probably clear this up tomorrow, but we just want to make sure.
Well, I guess if the funds weren't available, we couldn't pay them.
Even if we approve it, it ain't gonna happen if we
Not
can't
having
pay
the
it.
funds is always a ground to not go for.
Okay. Anyone else? Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Burbett.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Cagney.
Present.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Also, I'm looking for approval of, making a motion to approve Amendment C 176-673-40691-A2, which is an Illinois EPA grant agreement. This is what we talked about previously for the additional grant funds for the lead service lines.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Burbett.
Aye.
Trustee Cagney.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
I have nothing, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Cagney.
I have nothing, I did want to mention one thing. I did happen to receive an email today, I believe, from Calumet Stormwater Collaborative that I shared with Superintendent Swanson. They are having a field trip on October 11th to Cal City to take a look at a couple things. They're going to be looking at some green alleys, which I think would be of interest to us in the future. They're also going to be taking a look at a couple of detention ponds, but also some overhead storm sewers and some lead line replacements that they've done in some of the residents. So I'd like to attend that, and I invited Superintendent and some of his crew to come along. So I thought it would be a good field trip for all of us.
Can I ask what's a green alley?
it's like a green infrastructure alley. We've got a lot of alleys in town, some of which we can't vacate. We have to continue to keep because of resident access and property access. So, there are a lot of communities that have ponding water and standing water issues and flooding issues, convert their alleys from hard asphalt to permeable alleys, or they try to do something to the alleys to help absorb the water, transition the water. So,
Thanks.
and there's a million different ways that can be done, so it's always nice to go and see what other people have done in their communities.
That's it.
That's all.
And Deputy Clerk Harris has already predicted a 6th win by the administration department for the scarecrow. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. Trustee Kilby.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one thing, next week on the agenda, we're going to have a intergovernmental agreement between Cook County and Village of Midlothian. This IGA was for the Invest in Cook grant, which we got $191,000. That's for engineering for Natalie Creek Trail. With this grant, we have the engineering fully paid for by grants. Midlothian isn't putting out 1 cent for it. It took 4 grants to do it, but the engineering is fully paid for. Now on to the construction. So the idea with that, again, for Natalie Creek is to get the construction money by grants. Gonna take some time. Construction is expensive. But the trail is a definite benefit to the town and also to access to downtown. It increases walking access and biking access to downtown through the trail also. So it's gonna take some time, a lot of work. We did Invest in Cook, ITEP, and two Invest in Cook grants, 1 ITEP and 1 federal TAP grant. So we're going to see what other sources are available, and I'll keep you posted.
Excellent.
Thank you.
How many years?
Pardon me?
How many years in the works? 5?
When did they start with engineering? Probably 2015, somewhere in that ballgame.
So,
Took time to find out what they had to do and everything, but they've been working on the grants for at least 5 years.
so patience is a virtue.
Well, because you can only, basically, 1 grant a year. That's
Right.
about how it works out.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Thank you, sir. Just a couple things tonight. First on my list, I have the discussion of our lateral transfer. As everybody knows, we are down to police officers, and we are looking for one to be filled right now with a lateral transfer. He did apply and go through the process with Police and Fire Commission. He has been approved by the chief and by the Police and Fire Commission. I sent everyone an email with a brief description about him, and unless anybody has any problems, I'd like to swear him in next week, chief? Next board meeting. Next on my agenda, I also sent out yesterday the TIF agreement from our TIF attorney for the old Honda building. I've also sent that to, we discussed this a few weeks ago, I sent that to village attorney yesterday as well, asked him to look at it. There's a few minor changes with regards to wording that our economic development consultant has asked that we made. I will be sending that to the attorney as well, and if nobody has any problems, I'd like that on the consent agenda for next week. It's exactly what we described a few weeks ago, and the only changes will be the wording on the receipts, because he is doing some of the work like the painting and stuff himself, so that's just a clarification.
And I just want to thank you for moving that forward. I'm very excited that this new business owner and new property owner is ready to roll and move forward on updating the building and getting all the work done to bring his new business to town. It'll be a great business. That
It
we're
really
here.
will, it's gonna be very exciting. It's really gonna put a good staple in our downtown area, if you
Yes, it will.
consider that downtown, depending on who you are, right, trustee Burback?
Yes.
Sure. Please share the dollar amount from the TIP money.
Well, I was gonna do that when we approve it, do I
Okay.
need
As long as you
to do
read it
I
out.
think it's $27,000, it'll be in the
Okay.
description or
Perfect.
Next on my agenda, the insurance committee met yesterday. Trustee Killerly and I were there, as well as a representative, at least one representative from every department. I sent the board the electronic version. The overall basic plan is going to be, from what we're hearing, we got a very good rate increase comparative to some of the other municipalities. Our medical will be a 5% increase, our dental is about a 15% increase, and our vision is a 6% increase. I sent everybody all the information. All benefits are staying the same. And it is an 80-20 split with most of our employees.
5% increase isn't too bad.
That's what they tell me. I was looking for 0, but they keep telling me I'm unrealistic. I don't know how that happens. Last but not least, I just wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of our grants that we recently found out that we've been awarded, and we are working on getting this put on our website so people will be able to easily see it. Congratulations to the police department. They worked hard with our grant coordinator to apply for and get a camera, what is it called? Body camera. Body camera grant. That grant was officially awarded to us, and it's in the amount of about $62,000. Fire department worked with our grant company to get a chair assist lift. That was awarded to us. And as Trustee Killerly referred to, we recently, as in Monday, applied for the ITEP grant for construction for Natalie Creek. So those are just a few that are coming down the pike now. We're still waiting to hear on a couple that we've applied for in the last few months, but I will keep the board updated. And that is all I have this evening, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Well done, everyone. Attorney Valdez.
Yes, we'll be bringing before the board a rewrite of section -1-8-2, the duties of the village attorney, to reflect this century's responsibilities for village attorney. Our code references 1928, so I don't believe that it even contemplated that you have to have a law license. And part of the responsibilities, as stated, is including the spreading and assessment and writing up of the assessment roll for the purposes of originating or pursuing to completion, includes confirmation of all special assessments that may be levied in the village. Clearly, that's not what modern village attorneys do, and so I will rewrite that to add both qualifications and a clear identification of what the responsibilities of a village attorney are in the year 2024.
So just for the record, you do have a law license? I see a sticker here.
Oh, boy.
As far as you know, yes.
Thank you, sir. Only thing under my business is another discussion about the MRK properties, their proposed development, 14720 and 14840 Kedzie. I sent everyone on the board their letter of intent on what they plan to do there if they receive the Class 8. As you can see, that even with the Class 8, once the development is complete, we will see a substantial increase in property taxes from that area. Also, with the projection of $1 million in diesel fuel sales, we'll get a substantial increase in motor fuel tax. Not to mention the ancillary product would be their employees shopping in Midlothian. And also I'll require them to register all their trucks to the Village of Midlothian for some additional revenue. So I know there's been some talk about having them sign a redevelopment agreement prior to getting the Class 8. Unfortunately, there will be no development. They do not get the Class 8, so there's nothing to sign. I think the letter of intent suffices, but I request that we put in the resolution for the supporting the Class 8 that some number of ideas I think the board could throw their ideas in so that Attorney Valdez could put that right.
Yeah, I know one of the things that that we were talking about that I like is putting in all the points in their letter, plus putting in a timeline for them to have to start the project, that they will submit a redevelopment agreement upon receipt of it within 60 days. And maybe there were a couple others that everybody else had as well. So I was hoping that all of those points could be put into that.
Also, can we, at some point down the road, we have a problem sometimes with businesses who don't pay real estate taxes. or property owners rather, I apologize, property owners that don't pay real estate taxes. If for some reason down the road, they sell the business, they sell the property, and it goes awry, can the village go back to the county and ask the county to repeal a Class 8? Do we have that power? Do we have that ability?
The Class 8 is with the current property owners, not with the future property owners, so they'd have to keep it through.
So the Class 8 doesn't run with the property, it stays with the property owner. So if they
It's-
sold the property, the Class 8 would go away.
Correct. The new property owner would have to request a
Reapply.
Class 8.
Okay.
And they have no intention of leaving once they're there. I mean, it's, but I know trustee Burbat would like some wording in there to say that there is no guarantee of a renewal after the first one's done, if you could put that.
Mhm.
But I agree with everyone. I know that trustee Killy has some issues with maybe the number of trucks and the sound deadening fencing or shrubbery or something, but that all comes with the plans that they'll submit to the village that we can get our likes in on that before we approve their plans. So I think that's where that comes.
So what you're saying, Mayor, even though this isn't a special use, we can require fencing or trees, or we can regulate the hours or the amount of trucks that will be in that property?
Yes. Absolutely.
Pursuant to the development agreement, yes.
Well,
But the problem is, we're not getting the redevelopment agreement until after the
right,
resolution is
right.
passed, till
We
after
sort
they
of,
apply.
we're,
So
But we
maybe we
won't
should
approve their
put some of
plans.
these things in the resolution.
Right.
Well,
We
and
will.
that's one of the questions that was, so if we, I mean, we're gonna put everything from the letter, and we put a few extra things to protect the village. If we put that they have to, we have to agree, they have to submit and negotiate a redevelopment agreement, is it appropriate to put something in the resolution that says prior to them applying for permits?
Well, we won't approve their plans to get the permits unless they have everything in there that we want, the board agrees on,
well, then we should put that,
in the resolution.
yeah. You can call it an RDA, you can call it
Oh,
whatever you want.
yeah,
But
yeah.
until we approve the plan,
And let's not forget,
nothing's
we
gonna
also-
happen.
We also discussed that we wanted them to install a sidewalk.
Well, that would be in the
Sidewalk.
RDA,
right,
in the redevelopment agreement, right?
right.
Put that in the resolution.
Because the thing of it is that I don't know, in our building code, I don't know this answer to my question. Can we require them to put in a sidewalk? Is there language in our building code that says that we can require new developments to put in a sidewalk?
If someone
Can I
builds,
say-
ask a question real quick?
if someone builds a new house, they have to put a sidewalk in, so this would have to be the same. Any new construction has to have a sidewalk, a pedestrian sidewalk.
And I think we all agree, we're all in favor of this project. We're just looking to get the language so that we can protect the village, in case something goes awry down the road, everybody's clear on what
Right.
everyone's looking for.
Right.
Trustee Cavey did ask me about what recourse a village has for a non-conforming Class 8 recipient. And I did check the Cook County ordinance, and it does provide for a municipality to petition to withdraw Class 8.
That's why I think it's important to put it in the
Right.
resolution.
The whole point is to cause no negative impact. That's about it.
I concur. All right, if you could start working on that, and have it to us as soon as possible, so the board review it, and we can get it on the agenda for approval. How long do you think? Week, 2 weeks?
He doesn't have it yet.
Yeah,
Huh?
I didn't get the,
Oh, I didn't send you the letter, their letter on that?
no.
All right, we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Somebody text.
The who, what, where's, and why's, and
Yeah.
yes, I can do
Minor
it.
details.
Okay, that is all, thank you all for your discussion. I have nothing else. Clerk Mosman?
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Seeing there's no further business coming before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Meeting is adjourned.
I'll
Thank you
go
all.
with you tonight, no.